Here to share with us his policy rate expectations and outlook for economic growth, we have with us on the show Ronilo Balbieran from the Faculty of School of Economics of the UA&P. Sir, good morning and thank you very much for joining us again here on One News Now.
Good morning, Diego.
Yes, sir, let's get right to it. Are you expecting a rate pause this Thursday?
Yes, definitely, because of this new data from our second quarter GDP, so we can really expect that our monetary board will wait and see again. And in fact, just to have a contrarian view, they
Okay.
should already start imagining a possible rate cut starting next month to accommodate or to expect a slowdown of our economy just in case there's a huge impact of El Nino on our agriculture.
Okay, so you're saying, sir, at the earliest, you are expecting rate cuts. Are you saying this week, next week, or next month? At the earliest, yeah.
For this month, this should be a wait and see, no?
Okay.
But for September, we should already expect that the monetary board will be reflecting. If I may suggest that they should already reflect on a rate cut possibility, forecasting a huge impact of the El Nino towards next year. And so, as we know, rate cuts or rate hikes takes around 6 months to a year to have their total effect on our economy. So you don't want to be surprised with the impact of El Nino on our economy, and then you will have your cramming session in terms of rate cuts to accommodate an increase in the speed of our economy.
And as you may have noticed, sir, we have been reporting a lot of inflation stories. And I think a while ago, Pantheon Macroeconomics also downgraded their forecast for growth. But do you think, despite all of these factors and all of the analysts saying otherwise, do you think we can achieve a full-year growth target of at least 6%?
Well, at least 6% and as high as 6.2, 6 to 6.2 is still possible, no? So, and where will be the sources coming from, no? So, number one, you have the construction. So we have the lackluster growth performance in the public infrastructure spending, but we know that there's around 10 to 12% increase in government infrastructure budget for 2023 versus 2022. And so I think it's just a procurement delay problem. There's the money is there, but we just need to spend it. As you know, Secretary Jokno promised that the national government will ramp up, will accelerate spending on infrastructure, and that should provide a massive push for our economic growth for the third quarter and the fourth quarter. The second would be the tourism, because for the second quarter of our GDP, though food consumption decreased significantly, our consumption on tourism-related items, recreation and culture, hotel and restaurant, coffee shops, have actually managed to grow by double digit. And so that should provide significant sources of growth for our third quarter, most especially our fourth quarter, where we will welcome our holiday.
Yes, aside from the other things you mentioned, of course, the fourth quarter, we will see the holiday spending. But what other factors can the government do to boost economic growth for at least the second half?
Well, as you know, our national budget, especially for our government infrastructure, is filled with transport and logistics infrastructure related to food. So this should provide more consumption and more production from our agriculture. As you know, a lot of our consumption growth slowdown came from agriculture. We now have another. We thought it was already continuing, no, at a surprise growth of 2.2% in the first quarter for agriculture, went down again by 0.2 for the second quarter. But with this infrastructure spending for agriculture-related transportation and logistics infrastructure, then we know that the agriculture should benefit over third and fourth quarter. And if I may add, no, in the second quarter of this year, 2023, we have managed to increase our employment in agriculture by more than 1.6 million. No? So the largest increase in employment across all sectors. So we should be feeling the effect of the purchasing power of the farmers and of course the production of the farmers towards third quarter and the fourth quarter. And that should provide significant increase in our GDP, hopefully meeting the target, the minimum target of our government at 6%, as high as 6.2. In fact, don't be surprised if we even grow at 6.5, but though that's highly unlikely. But I think if we grow by a 6.5 third quarter, 7, more than 7, 7.5% fourth quarter, we can actually hit 6.5. But no, that's too much optimism. But I think at the rate we're going, at the promises that made by our government and the employment numbers of the second quarter provide sufficient reasons for us to believe that 6% at least is still achievable.
Okay, clarify ko. You said highly unlikely but possible yung 6.5.
Yes, because
Okay, that's
our
great.
economy, the second half should grow by more than 7% for us to hit
Hopefully, yeah.
6.5.
Let's move to the second quarter debt to GDP. It's still at 61%. Now, sir, do you think the government can bring this down further?
Well, it's a slow descent, no, but 61 is already manageable, no? So if we are able to bring it to 60 and even less than 60 by the end of this year, it's okay, no. But I think that is no longer a factor in terms of our management, our relaxed management of our economy from the point of view of the national government. So it's already in very manageable level. And therefore, with our economy growing, we can expect that our BIR and BOC will continue to exceed their targets in terms of tax collection, and therefore it should provide more reductions in our debt to GDP.
Well, thank you for your insight, sir. Unfortunately, that's all the time we have for now. Thank you very much for joining us, Sir Ronilo Balbieran from the UA&P School of Economics.
Thank you very much, Diego.